Hello, my name is Aliya Martinez and my pronouns are they, them, theirs. I'm an undergraduate student at San Jose State University and an intern at the Institute for the Study of Sport, Society, and Social Change. Today, I will be speaking on the topic of transgender athlete participation in sports. I hope that you are all able to take something of value from this presentation, regardless of your own personal gender identity. Before getting into content, I want to provide definitions for key terms to ensure that the information provided is viewed with these definitions in mind. First of all, transgender by definition is an identity used by individuals that do not identify with their assigned gender at birth. Cisgender, by definition, is a label for someone that identifies with their assigned gender at birth. Trans man is a term used to describe individuals who are assigned female at birth but identify as a man. Another, less binary term for someone that does not identify with their AFAB assignment includes transmasculine. Trans woman is a term used to describe individuals who are assigned male at birth but identify as a woman. Another, less binary term for someone that does not identify with their AMAB assignment includes trans feminine. With these definitions in mind, I want to provide general background information on current policies that allow for transgender athlete participation. In 2015, the IOC issued a revision of their 2003 policy of transgender athlete inclusion. This new policy requires trans feminine athletes to have been on hormone replacement therapy for at least 12 months to be able to compete against other women. There is an upper limit of testosterone allowed in the blood that was placed with this revision. In January of 2022, the NCAA updated their own transgender inclusion policy, which was from 2011. The NCAA states that this revision is based on the IOC's policy, but there is a key concerning difference. The main distinction between the two policies is that the IOC policy includes a section on harm prevention for transgender athletes. The NCAA's policy does not include this. Regardless of how inclusive these policies actually are, these policies do allow for transgender athletes to compete at the elite level. I'll be providing common arguments used against inclusion of transgender athletes, and then I will follow each argument with information that discredits these commonly used fallacies. Fallacy number 1. Trans women have higher testosterone levels than cis women and therefore have an unfair advantage. First of all, there is a regulation on hormone levels in transgender athletes outlined in both the IOC and the NCAA policies. This prevents levels of testosterone that is higher than the average woman. Transgender women are tested numerous times to ensure that their hormone levels meet the requirements outlined in these policies. Second of all, the impact of testosterone levels on athletic performance is not researched enough to be an all-encompassing guideline. Using testosterone alone as an indicator of an exceptional athlete discounts the numerous other factors that go into being an elite athlete. Fallacy number 2. The IOC and NCAA policies only apply to elite sports. What about young girls that need to be protected too? I agree, young girls do need to be protected, and protecting girls means all girls, and trans girls are girls. There is a trickle-down effect within policy creation in general, and transgender athlete inclusion policies are no different. This means that while non-elite level sport inclusion policies are created on a state-by-state basis, there is influence from established policies at the elite level. Hormonal differences in sexes don't appear in children until puberty. Even then, this is assuming that testosterone alone has a significant impact on athletic performance, which has not been researched enough at this point. Fallacy number 3. We are just looking out for women and girls and want their sports to be fair. Again, trans women are women, so the statement in general has transphobic undertones. A lot of people overlook the policies in place require simply knowing which athletes are transgender. This now enters the field of accusation-based testing where anyone can be tested simply because they might be trans. This begins the arbitrary line drawing of which traits are female enough and which traits are too masculine. And these arbitrary limits have already been shown to cause issues. The limits themselves are a westernized view on what one's sex means and how it presents itself. In other words, cisgender women have already been affected by some of these limits. I invite you to look into the case of Caster Semenya, or the backlash received by Serena Williams in terms of her high levels of performance and success, and compare this to the celebrated performance of Michael Phelps, who has a proven biological advantage that positively impacts his performance in sports. But why does this matter and what can we do about it? First of all, trans women and trans men are men. Disregarding this fact is transphobic. At least half of the states in the US have and are proposing anti-trans bills, which are a direct violation of human rights. I urge you to do your part in supporting LGBTQ plus individuals as this issue is greater than simply allowing transgender athletes to participate in sports. Contact your senators, be loud about your support for us. But most importantly, listen to LGBTQ plus voices and provide us the space to advocate for ourselves as well. Our voices are valuable. Thank you. This concludes my presentation. I thank you for taking the time to listen to this information regarding transgender athlete participation in sports. Again, my name is Aliya and my pronouns are they, them. Thank you.